I've written about many different religions in my career, and it I I had the idea that let's say that you have strong political views. They may not affect the way you live your life at all. But if you have strong religious views, you can bet that your life is shaped by those. And reporters almost never pay attention to what people believe. And so I thought as one of the things that I would do as a reporter is pay more attention to the the people who are religious or who have strong beliefs about one thing or another. And so I've written about, the sons of Jim Jones, for instance. I wrote about, a Southern Baptist minister who was the minister to the Ku Klux Klan. I wrote about Mormons. I've written about the founder of the Church of Satan. I wrote about Madeline O'Hara. Just a long list of and the Amish, as I mentioned, uh, just a very long list of religions have always fascinated me. And Scientology was intriguing to a person like me who is drawn to these kinds of belief systems. And also, it was interesting to me because, with all these celebrities that are attached to Scientology, the question people normally ask is, uh, what do they get out of it? And what I wondered is, these are people who are famous, really famous, but is a kind of public relations martyrdom to be associated with the Church of Scientology. And so I was intrigued by that. And then I was also, more I learned about it, alarmed by the human rights violations that were going on inside the church. I don't care what people believe. I understand that people often join cults and extreme religious movements largely to become a part of a community. It's not that they really believe that this galactic overlord named Xenu was 75 million years ago running the Galactic Confederacy, or that you know Mormons have a very bizarre theology, in my opinion, but they create a wonderful community. It's a very caring, productive, intimate community, and I admire it quite a lot. So I see why people are drawn to those things. And Scientology was a great example of an American-made religion that specialized in promoting celebrity. And I thought about writing about John Travolta, for instance, and so on, but I couldn't find a way in because I like to have a character who can take us through a story. I always call that character the donkey, the beast of burden, who can carry all this information on his back while taking the reader into a world he's never seen. And I was on the patrol. And then when Paul Haggis dropped out of Scientology after nearly 30 years, I thought, well, he could be my donkey. And that, I had just been waiting really for decades for the opportunity to find the right person who could tell us about that story. And I was so happy. Honestly, fortunately, because of all the threats that Scientology made against other reporters, and like Time magazine in 1992, I think they published an expose of Scientology and then had to defend it all the way to the Supreme Court. And they won every step along the way, but it was the most expensive suit they ever had to defend. And I didn't want to do that to my magazine. But at the same time, it's just a great story. And you can't, if you're a storyteller, having a great story out there, it just cannot go untold. It just has to be told. And so, we were very, very careful. Uh, you know, my language was cautious, uh, and we had to undergo unbelievable examinations from their lawyers, and then all the way up. I had magazine, all these legal threats, the book, the documentary, foreign rights, like in England, constant threats by the church, but they never sued. And so a tribute to the fact checkers and to the kind of care that had to be taken in order to get that book published at all.